Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Ashes of Creation's live stream.
our live stream. That
Halloween
was great.
stream.
That was a
Yeah,
nice little
yeah.
handoff there.
Thank you. I didn't know you were going to do it.
I know. My name's Stephen Sharif. This is Jeffrey Bard.
Hi, guys.
And Peter Pallone.
How's it going?
The soft.
Yeah, nice.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.
It's one of my favorite holidays.
As you can see, we have a
Rooster.
rooster and
A formal apology.
a formal apology.
Don't know if you can see it. It's pretty clever.
It's nice.
And
low effort.
Low effort.
I believe I have the scariest costume of all.
It's true. I don't know what to do with it. It's like my whole
Oh,
world is
no!
It's pretty good.
We're wearing shoes.
It's like Steven's evil twin or something. I'm not sure.
You somehow managed to out low effort my costume.
to be fair, I actually don't own a pair of sneakers.
Right, that's true.
So I had to borrow these shoes. So that was a lot of effort, I'll have you know. How's our audio? Are we good on audio? What are those? Somebody says. Yes, so a Halloween here at the office, having a lot of fun. We have a video that we're going to show you at the end of the stream, similar to what we did last year, where we had just to kind of walk through the studios, and everybody had their costumes, kind of talked what they were, working on and whatnot. So you guys will see that at the end of the stream. We have a lot to talk about on this stream.
Yes,
we
a lot of
have a
stuff.
lot to show
We
on
do.
this stream. And to be honest with you, it might slightly go over an hour, which
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys won't mind, and neither will we. So, without further ado, however, let's get into the discussion of progress that we have had with Phase 1 of Alpha 1.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good group of testers, it feels like.
Yes.
We've been hammering things pretty regularly every weekend. Every weekend we come away with a lot of new lessons and a lot of new bugs, obviously, and stuff to work on. So every week kind of represents a big chunk of progress for us.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, the ultimate goal is getting near.
It's been great for us that we began the stress testing last month in September, and although that was earlier than we had expected, it proved very beneficial because there were things that we are learning and able to fix in a timely manner. But it's been a lot of things that we've come across that we didn't know we'd come across necessarily, and we've been able to tackle. One of the greatest achievements we've had just over the past 8-9 days, I think, was we were seeing server-side frame rate. We were having some issues getting that to a point where we wanted it to be, right?
Yep.
And we were doing a few tests with 100 players in the match, but ultimately our goal when it comes to large-scale battles is to have multiple hundreds of players in an area. And there are some custom changes that we have to implement in order to make that a reality.
Make that work and make it all as smooth as we possibly can.
Absolutely. So about 9 days ago, excuse me, we had a test with 100 players, and where we were at on the server side frame rate, and for those of you who may not know, the difference between frame rate on the server and frame rate on a client, the server is what's communicating those packets, those messages, the functions between you picking up an item, opening a door, damaging another player, those types of things. When the server frame rate is low, it can feel very laggy. When client-side FPS, that's where you're seeing the frame rate of your screen and rendering all of the assets and buildings and players and whatnot. But on the server side, we want that to be above 20, really, right? That's where we
That's where you're generally not going to notice it.
Exactly. Now, we had 100 players 8 days ago. Before 8 days ago, we were not seeing above a 20. But 8 days ago, with some amazing work from our coders, from our engineers.
Yeah, our engineers are amazing.
By the way, who are stellar. So shout out to our engineers who are behind us. We saw a server frame rate of above 55, I believe it was, with 100 players, which is very, very good.
Silky smooth,
Yes.
good as butter. That means we've got room to grow.
Absolutely.
So it's positioning us really well.
And as many of you know, our next testing mode in Phase 1 is the Castle Sieges, where we intend to have 100 players versus 100 players. So getting that type of performance increase that we saw just last week really puts us in a nice sweet spot for that.
It's also the cool thing about the castles is that it's in a not a much smaller area, but a smaller area. So again, the density of players is higher. The challenges kind of go up even just above the numbers. Yeah, it's pretty exciting to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing that was important for us to observe with the release of the NDA that we had this month was obviously player feedback. Now, what we saw from players who were participating in the test is that it's a lot of fun. You know, although it's not the MMO combat that we intend, it is the action side of that combat, right? And we need to perfect that those principles of action combat in order to integrate into the tab targeting system.
And it also actually helps out the tab systems too, because we get a lot of action combat requires a good animation fidelity, and so we can take those animations and we can put them over on the tab side, and everything looks better.
Absolutely, yes. So one of the great things about opening up that NDA was then allowing the community to kind of watch a little bit more as our content creators and Alpha 1 participants and Alpha 2 participants that we've invited, as they get to experience the game and as we iterate from week to week. Now, our end goal, obviously, we're going to get to a 24/7 testing period, which is very, very soon. There's just a few more things we want to get in place for that, such as region support, having servers up in Europe and in North America, different parts of North America where players can connect to a closer server. But before we get into a little bit more about Alpha 1 Phase 1, we will switch gears a little bit because while you've been seeing the Battle Royale gameplay, that is the testing mode for Phase 1, a lot of people have brought up wanting to see the MMO progress, basically the traditional look of a third-person MMO perspective with some tab targeting skills. They want to see the Phase 2 world.
How does all this stuff come together?
How does it come together, exactly. So now, we were not intending to show footage of that until we were a few months deeper into Phase 1.
We really wanted to be ready for it, again, but
But we evaluated, so I mean, our philosophy, our mantra has always been that we are as transparent as possible.
Yeah.
And again, we've said it many times, that is a double-edged sword, and people who are not intimately involved with our development might look at something we show to you guys and not understand that it is not a final product.
The history behind it.
Right. So we're going to do as we've done in the past, and we're going to show it anyways. Because, our philosophy is that even if we show something that is a work in progress, and you understand that and we understand that, if somebody comes and they look at it and they say, this is a final product, whatever, they'll come back and look at the final product when the final product's ready to be shown. And we're okay with that.
If it's a good game, they will come. So I'm not too worried about it.
If you build it, they will come. You should have worn a baseball suit today.
Padres are not
missed potential. Wow, Padres are not
It's true. I think it's a fact.
Is it? Oh, it's so sad. Well, if they were in the World Series, they might have won. But they have to get there first. Okay, sorry. So, anyways, we're going to load up the MMO footage, and we're going to discuss with you guys a little bit about what we are seeing, basically. Do we have that footage that we can play?
I hope so. That's not a question we should be asking.
Oh, there we go. Are we still on? We're still on verbal or audio-wise. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. So, what you guys are seeing here? Why don't you give us a little bit of context about where we're at and what we're looking at?
Okay. So this is kind of a test bed for some of the prototyping that we're doing on the MMO side of things. So again, like a lot of this stuff is pretty functional. It's not flashy. But again, we've taken a lot of the work that we've progressed on with the Alpha 1 Phase 1 and kind of pulled it all into where the MMO is going to go.
Now, something we're seeing here, and this is, so you're actually right now, you're in a part of the map that is in Phase 2. And this location, there's some weather moving through here.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that we're prototyping right now is the weather system and trying to get that integrated into all of our other systems and making sure that we have, when it rains, what can happen.
Right.
And so you might see up here, a giant spider demon, and he has emerged from his now flooded cave
Because of the weather system.
because of the weather system.
Absolutely.
And he is going to find a new home, or maybe find another
And
node.
weather's dynamic in the world. Like you'll start to see these puddles forming in this area because of that rain, right?
Yeah.
And additionally, this fog has become a little bit more prevalent because of the rain system that's moving through.
Yeah.
So that's a way that we provide a dynamic element to the view of this world that can change throughout
Right.
the gameplay.
It's not just about the nodes, right? It's about the whole world, and we want the world to tell a story beyond just looking pretty. So actions have consequences, even when those actions are weather.
Right, absolutely. So here you're seeing a little bit of tab targeting. You might also recognize some skills from the Battle Royale testing. They like that teleport. And that's because, again, as we've said in the past, when people say, how much time has this taken out of the MMO? It's the same skill systems, right? We're just placing them in an action mode versus a integrated a hybrid mode, right? So this has some basic elements. Guys, by the way, don't judge the work in progress on the skill effects. I know they're a little bright. Additionally, the UI is a bare minimum here, so
Yeah.
also don't judge the UI there. But this is kind of showing you guys a little bit of basically the phase 2 world.
Yeah.
What are we fighting here?
So we're fighting some mushrooms, and you can see that when it's on Jeffers, I'm the tank. All of my my sword swings are action-based, and then my other 2 skills are tab-based. So we're kind of already starting to work on that hybridization, trying to figure out how it all feels together, if it makes sense, and how to make it feel like one seamless system.
Right. So we were on a quest here.
Yeah.
What was this was the
we were going to go to the town. We're going to go find. I think his name was Hammerstill, something like that.
Hammerstill, okay.
And he's got some things he wants us to do.
Right. We were taking a letter to Hallister. Was it
Yeah,
Hallister? In
that is
Garmin.
Hallister.
Right. In Garmin. So some other. Whoops. There we go. Sorry. Some other interesting aspects of. Some other interesting aspects of this gameplay here is that this is the beginning of some of the class kits that we're actually compiling for the castle sieges, right? So
Right.
you see here 2 DPS kits, 1 magic, 1 archery, and then the other one is the tank. I think you're on the tank, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So there's we don't have the full skill system in this video, but we're using some of the base skills that might be present in the castle sieges.
Again, this is just a prototype-y kind of area that we're testing weather in. So again, it's just kind of the bare minimum to make sure that everything's working the way we expect it to, and that the knockoff effects aren't going to break anything or explode nodes or anything like that.
And one of the other interesting things is you'll also notice that time of day here is dynamic as well. So right now is kind of like a nighttime. There's some stars in the sky. But the time of day will be functional in phase 2 as well. So you'll see transition, this
Right.
dynamic lighting transition with the time of day. This is optimized. Excuse me. The graphical settings here are on medium, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's why it may not appear epic quality. I think we had the scalability changed for the settings down to medium, but that's something we're also working on as well. Tis bright for night, I notice.
That has to do with some of the volumetric lighting and the fog kind of like amplifying it. So yeah.
Very cool. What do we got?
I think there's some spiders we're going to run into here soon.
Oh
They're going to give us a little bit of trouble.
yeah.
We didn't want to die.
So I mean, as you guys are seeing here, with the MMO world and prepping for phase 2, this is not this is stuff that keeps on chugging, keeps on going. Right?
Don't stop.
Right.
Not an Intrepid.
Absolutely. Move at Intrepid speed.
Everything is kind of built like the node system, right? Like everything kind of helps everything else. We are getting good, valuable numbers and good, valuable feedback in terms of, how to make this the best it can possibly be. And the arena really has been informing everything else that we've been doing in terms of like what feels good, what kind of doesn't feel good, what we should cut, what we should keep. So again, it's about taking all that data, using that data, and making a better game with it.
Yep. Somebody said, "Is that the wand of light?" I think I did have a wand equipped.
You did. Yes.
Swapped, I think.
I swapped over to a wand. I love the ice effect when I
Yeah,
teleport.
that was not something we'd ever see in the Battle Royale because of the
Right.
class kits, but
Yes.
when we put it into a class, like it kind of turned into a really cool ability, and
Yes.
we might take that and use it in the future. Or
Yes.
just let that happen, right? That
Right.
kind of emergent, interaction between different types of skills is something we really want to have, and so I think it's a cool example of how things work where we don't even expect them to.
Yes. Yeah. The rain stopped.
The rain did stop.
The rain did stop.
The rain is over.
I think
I can
did it.
almost smell it.
I think there were some audio cues actually because of the rain. It was kind of windy when we were playing, I noticed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have audio on this clip for. Oh, nice, Peter.
Oh man, I love
Peter's
cat
using the
balls
cat
so
ball
much.
move. Yeah, very good, Peter. That's good. So we're entering up to a stage 3 node here, right?
Yep.
We're entering into a village. So in our phase 2 internal server, this area has been developed to a village stage. So
Right.
there's NPCs here, and that's who we're connecting with because of that, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I think I might have been distracted by a shop. I think you were telling me
I was
to
like,
go
hey,
to the.
I think me
this
and
guy's
Steve
over
got one.
here.
We need to test the
And
quest.
Steven's like, no, I want to go
I'm
buy
like,
stuff.
listen, I need.
He was like, no.
some gear.
I know he looks exactly like the quest giver, but come on over here.
Oh no, that's funny. Okay, yeah. So we meet with this dude. Right
Some
now,
quests.
you also see. I think we keyed for internal testing purposes. The space bar and tab are accepted.
Yeah, just for a quick.
Right. Quick, get that up and running. Very cool. Oh, updated quest. Nice. Yeah, I like this area. It's a little dark, but
It's a
hey,
little
it's
dark, it feels
Halloween.
moody, and that was one of the reasons why we picked this.
Why we
Yeah.
picked this area? Yes, absolutely. Oh,
Well,
I
it's also
know,
got a
I know why
mausoleum
else we
there, too.
picked was because the quest had a cemetery
Yeah.
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Very
Spoil.
good. Unbelievable. Oh, I love it.
Steven can't stop teleporting.
I know. I'm just. You know why? Because we didn't have a cooldown on
know.
that.
Well,
Well,
So I was just teleporting everywhere, which was a lot of fun. I gotta admit.
no, I mean I love stuff like that. I think games should be fun, and I think that traversal is a big part of that, and having your character move across the world in interesting ways is a great way to do that, and to keep people engaged. There's a lot of travel in this game, and so we want to make sure that it's punchy and feels good, and has that kind of magical effect. That
Yeah.
it's not just I'm gonna run over here.
Right.
I'm gonna run over here.
There is a lot of fog in this area. It's scary.
It is.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little bit darker.
We. Oh, nice. Peter.
He's like, wait,
Peter, what's happening? We need to change the animation on that fall so that it's like a more calculated land.
yeah, I wanted to do a superhero land.
Yes.
Our animators haven't really had
Yeah.
time to touch that.
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say every time he's jumping, he's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
I actually hear that voice in my head.
I like it. So one of the cool and exciting things about phase 2, as we get through phase 1 and approaching that phase 2, is just having that massive world, that open world.
Yep. And then trying to make that world just feel like it's lived in, that
Right.
there's history there,
change.
there's stories to be told.
Yes.
Yeah.
And changing real time. That's part of what I love about the weather system is that
Yeah, it's weird. It adds a lot to kind of what you're feeling in the game that
Yeah.
you don't almost notice. So I'm pretty excited about where we're at with that.
don't judge my teleportation.
no,
Peter.
that frozen track with
Is-
synergy is
Isn't
so
that
good.
great? I love it.
Gonna have to nerf that.
No, why? These are some slave-born zombie bird dudes.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah,
fitting for
so they moved in. Once this node hit level 3, they moved in, kind of took it over. And so your job is to push them back. Let the people who have interred their loved ones here get some rest.
Absolutely. Yeah. someone had mentioned our city's going to look all the same. No, cities will look very different, even at the same stage.
Yeah.
There is a lot of the way we've built those nodes to progress takes into account a lot of different aspects to present a different.
Right. You know, you've got node type, you've got node race, you've got the location. So all those things feed into how the layout is decided, feed into, you know, what kind of buildings are appropriate there, and
And which buildings actually get built.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, about the effects, you know, these effects are right now are toned for the phase 1.
Yeah.
But they will be adjusted for the MMO, so they won't be as bright and
Right.
flashy. Additionally, we want to put some customization in where you can tone down those effects.
Right. You change
yourself.
them more, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Channels that you can kind of adjust. You just pull that.
I
slide
did.
down.
He was chasing me.
Oh, did you?
You're kind
you
of
don't
guys
have
around the
teleport.
room.
You have a charge.
I do.
Charge, yeah.
Nice. This is kind of like teleport. You just need a target.
Hey. Get a buff charger.
That's right, Nerf Blink buff charge.
Oh man.
Tank is new meta.
Yeah. We're gonna have, by the way, a Q&A session at the end of this stream, so be prepared for that. Let's see. Oh, did we won this fight, right?
We did.
Okay. That's good.
We were successful. We completed
Oh, there's the wand.
He's
Oh,
pulled
there's
off
the
wand
wand. Hey, look at that. Lit him up. Love it. Very cool.
All right. I think that's
I think
that
that
pretty
is
much the
it.
end. Yeah.
All right, so that was a early look at preparation for Alpha 1 Phase 2.
Yep. Again, which is when are we planning?
I believe that is March, April.
I think
March,
in that
April.
general area.
Yes. Phase 2, yes. Not Alpha 2, Phase 2.
Yeah. So obviously we still have a lot of work to do, but we're making progress as we always do.
Yeah, and we wanted to. I forgot we're back on. We wanted to basically give you guys a look at that, show you the progress that's being made there, which is considerable. The world itself in Phase 2 is going to be a nice, sizable world. And it's where we're really going to hammer out the hybrid system that we've learned
Right.
from Phase 1. Right. So what we want to show you next, what was next on our docket?
We're going to talk about.
I think it was cosmetics. Was it? We wanted to talk about new cosmetics. Oh, can we show new cosmetics?
I think we can.
Do we have? Oh, here we go. Okay. So we one thing we did mention. Uh-oh. Did I?
You just shrank. It's okay.
Okay. So one thing we wanted to show was okay. Again, we're not mirroring real life holidays in game.
No.
But we will have activities and events in game that relate to the season.
Right.
In a way, right?
We want you to feel like, you know,
So
this
this is-
world has its own
Exactly.
holidays. too.
Right. Yeah. Something immersive. So these aren't going to be pumpkin heads or
Right.
candy corn, but we do have some darker themed.
Delicious.
Yes, darker themed.
I think candy corn is delicious.
What?
Oh, it's okay. I'm not ashamed of it.
So let us discuss these cosmetics. What we have here is so these cosmetics will be available on Friday. We're going to have them up on Friday, which is the 2nd, I believe, November 2nd.
Yep.
They'll replace the existing cosmetics, but we'll just give you a quick sneak peek. We won't tell you the names yet. We'll release those on Friday with the cosmetics, but we'll just give you a quick look at them. So this is an amulet that your character can wear.
Yep.
So this can be above any armor set that you have.
An accessory.
An accessory. What do we have next? This is a building. This is a particular building for your freehold, a skin that you can apply to what we will reveal on Friday,
Yep.
what type of building that is. But as you can see, it's like this creepy crypt mausoleum. This is the armor, the costume.
The costume.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The costumes for the character. Kind of darker, a bit.
Yeah.
Just
A
a little.
little creepy. If you
little-
saw them in a parade, you might, look at them
Nice.
twice.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Next one. What do we have here? This looks like an undead
It's
mount.
like a zombie elk.
A zombie elk.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. That's pretty cool. What we got next? Oh, this is the...
A monster that we have to fight?
No.
What is it
No.
then?
No, Lassie. It is a pet. This is a zombie pet.
This is a pet.
Yes, it crawls next to you
How
as
gruesome.
you walk, and it can attack things. I love it. Oh, okay, got it. Very cool. I like it. Next one, we have this creepy angler-like ship.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's a repurposed angler skeleton
Yes,
thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
Next one.
I think that's it.
Oh, we don't have one more?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, that's 6.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Cool. So those are a sneak peek at Friday's new cosmetics. I know all the necromancers out there are pleased. Okay, next thing we want to move on to. Excuse me. So, in our Alpha 1 Phase 1,
Yep.
having moved to address action combat in preparation for the hybrid combat. That phase was brought about by response to the community, basically, and their concerns for not seeing our work on combat early on.
Right.
Now, obviously,
And also, honestly, just like, having a chip on our shoulders, it was a Kickstarter project. There's a lot of, baggage associated with that, and we wanted to show that we are doing the work.
Absolutely,
And then we
yeah.
wanted to get something that's actually playable into people's hands as fast as we could.
Right.
So that was a big part of that, too.
yes. Additionally, one of the important aspects of Alpha 1 was getting the technical feedback we needed from having testers involved. That was a huge component of us preparing these testing phases for having the numbers that we saw in backers, which we have over almost over 40. No, we have over 40,000 people who are in betas and alphas
Yeah.
right now, and that's
crazy.
That's a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So we need to make sure that bugs we see now, we address them early as possible, so that we don't see those during the testing phases moving forward.
Right.
And honestly,
Especially when it gets big.
Right.
When we get to Alpha 1 Phase 2, like, we can't have,
Right. We've actually we stopped sales of Alpha 1 because we didn't want to be above a certain number before we had gotten the bugs that we knew would exist in Alpha 1
Right.
out of Alpha 1.
Yep.
So a huge shout out, by the way, to Alpha 1 testers, because these guys are honestly going through, some serious bug reporting and real,
we've gotten
real
some
testing.
really good stuff.
Yes.
And people are taking it really seriously.
Yes.
Which is cool. And it shows that you guys really care about the project.
Yes.
It's not just about
Right.
playing something fun. It's about
It's not a port over from another,
Right.
from the East that we are playing a launched game. We're actually having a hand, I say we, but the players are actually having a hand in creating this product
Yeah.
by helping us test.
which is really cool.
Which is very cool. So honestly, everyone at Intrepid Studios loves our testers, and it is something that we could not do without you guys. Honestly, we have been able to fix a lot of things over this past month, and it has been very, very beneficial. One of the things, though, that we have noticed is a little bit of a pushback and confusion with the Battle Royale mode, right?
Right.
From people who aren't following the game necessarily. And as we explained in the past, the Battle Royale mode was such an easy implementation.
Right.
It was something that really only required work on the Storm. Otherwise, everything, as you even see in the MMO footage we just showed, is a crossover
Right.
comparison to when we move into Phase 2.
Yeah, it's literally just a game mode.
Absolutely. So we've decided to do a couple of things with that. The first thing we're going to do is Phase 1, we are no longer going to refer to or name as Alpha 1 Phase 1. We're going to give this testing period a name that is an actual title, and we're going to move the, the Battle Royale, the Castle Sieges, and the Horde mode into a side arena.
Right.
That will be playable by everyone. Now, Alpha 1 testers will still continue to have their hands on Phase 1 early. They'll test these modes out a month before anyone else has access to, because again, you guys are the troopers who are putting the time in to help us test these things. But we want to see as many people as possible coming into our servers,
right.
because we're standing up these regions in North America and Europe, across the world. We're moving, actually, OCE as well will be putting in servers. We're across the world, we want to have as many people hitting these servers as possible.
Right.
And that allows us to test performance. It allows us to scale up our account registration process, all those things. So we are announcing that Alpha 1 Phase 1, the Battle Royale, the Castle Siege mode, as well as the Horde mode, will be a side arena mode referred to as Ashes of Creation Apocalypse.
Yes.
And the reason for the term apocalypse, it's actually a very interesting story there. When we create these testing branches, we branch off in our what's called Perforce. And that's where we have our project space in, right? And every time we do a branch, we assign a name. And it's sort of like a code name. This branch early on was referred to as APOC. And it was referred to as APOC because of Apocalypse. And Apocalypse really was the setting we wanted the lore for this experience to participate in.
Right.
That we didn't know at the time, I think, that it was going to be necessarily a Battle Royale game mode, but we knew it was going to be a fighting game mode.
Right. We wanted to do something that wasn't like touching the actual
MMO,
core lore of the MMO.
Exactly. So what we decided to do was put this setting in Vera before the fall. So this is when the calamity has occurred and players are attempting to escape, and some unlucky few, and by few we mean a good majority, but some unlucky majority of people got stuck and are fighting for survival, and that is the Battle Royale game mode. Additionally, there are some last bastions of defense in these castles where they believe they can hold out against the forces that are going to destroy them, and they're fighting over control of those castles. Right. And then eventually the Horde mode is where those forces of corruption catch up. That's the last stand. Yeah. Exactly. So that's the idea behind what Apocalypse is. And one of the most important things behind the decision to make this a reality with Apocalypse is one, to mitigate the confusion. You know, I didn't like seeing that people were looking at our testing phase and they would say, you know, oh, Ashes has gone down a Battle Royale route, or they'll see the Castle Siege and say, oh, it's just an instance sieging, or oh, it's just an instance Horde mode. We want to make sure that there is a distinction there between what is and will be a side game mode, that is those three, and then what is the flagship MMORPG that we are benefiting from that testing. Right. And one of the ways we want to give back to the community in participating in this testing is allowing for progress, quests, achievements, rewards to be gained in Apocalypse. And Apocalypse will be a free-to-play mode. So you won't even have to be a backer necessarily playing it. But you will have rewards and quests and achievements that you and your participation and your performance in that game, whether it be the Castle Siege, the Horde mode, or the Battle Royale, will earn you cosmetics. There'll be costumes, there'll be mounts to earn, there will be housing and furniture, there will be emotes, there will be weapon variants. A lot of these, what we already have in production for our project, Ashes of Creation, we apply some variants and skins for and make them only available through participating and helping us test these different game modes. And they will carry over on your account to the MMORPG. So you get to have a hands-on with all of these different modes after our Alpha 1 testers have gone through, tested, vetted, had access, and given their feedback on. But after they've done those things, everyone will be able to then join, participate, and earn these rewards for their participation. So that's kind of our give back to you guys.
You can think of it as like a super early access, right? Like it's like a game before the game.
Right, absolutely. It lets you get immersed in both the art
Right.
and the character creation.
lore and the
eventually we'll
characters
have some changes that we'll make. You know, as we develop our character creation screen, we'll implement that into the arena mode. So
Right.
you can create characters there, save those characters. When you make a character in Ashes, you can port over that save.
Yep.
You'll take the rewards, as we said. Additionally, we'll have a housing area where right now in Apocalypse, you have a scene where you have a squad in, or you're solo or whatever.
Right.
That scene will eventually become your house.
Your freehold.
Your freehold, exactly. And you will earn furniture to place in that freehold, and you can build out your house and
Yep.
whatnot through special
And then when you
achievements.
invite your friends to your party,
They will come to
they'll
your
come
house.
to your house.
I know. I love that. I totally love that. Yes. So those are some exciting new developments. Now, what that means for the month of November is that we are moving towards a 24/7 test environment for Alpha 1, Phase 1, for Apocalypse. And that 24/7 test environment we're working towards, it could be as early as 2 weeks from now. It could be as late as 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
We are working towards it. There are some persistence issues, or not issues, but persistence fine-tunings and polish that we want to have in place. And we are absolutely working on it. So, what else do we have here?
Q&A.
Q&A?
Do you want to do Q&A? Yeah, we
think
can do
that's-
Q&A.
that's
the
the
next
schedule.
Next schedule.
We
Okay.
follow the schedule.
So, do we have a Q&A channel set up for Discord?
I hope so.
I know, yeah.
Well, Q&A over.
Okay. Wow. If we could, if one of the mods could get a Q&A channel set up for Discord, and then we have a forums that we can take.
I like how you gestured to me.
I know. I was like, anybody have forums? Okay, no, okay. I guess we'll bring
I
up
don't
the
have
forums
pockets in
here.
the suit.
Okay.
Is anyone asking direct from Twitch?
Maybe, could be, but that's probably moving at a fast rate. Here we go. I'm bringing up our forums. That's a recipe for meatloaf.
Nice.
AshesOfCreation.com. Here we go. Okay. So while that Discord is getting set up, and I am going to the forums. Here we go. I am on the forums. We'll go to announcements, headlines, and announcements, headlines. Okay, here we go. So, first question we have is from Santi182. Any chance that we can see the missing art from the Kickstarter campaign, the Phoenix Aura, and the Pioneer's Cloak? Didn't we do the Pioneer's Cloak? I thought we had the Pioneer's
I
Cloak.
thought we had the Pioneers Cloak too.
Yeah, I think we might have the Pioneer's Cloak. The Phoenix Aura, though, we can. We will be working on those missing concept pieces. Yes. Will there be some new official wallpapers? For example, the burning tree is awesome, and if so, will there be animated wallpapers, perhaps for Wallpaper Engine, or just plain video?
Oh man, I'd love some animated wallpapers.
I think in the launch of our new site, we may have an animated paper we could potentially do, which
Yeah.
is the burning tree kind of.
We could do that. We
moving
could do
away.
that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that takes resources and takes resources kind of away from the game. We're doing as much as we can on that side because we know it's important to people. But yeah, it's that will continue to develop as we continue to hire more people.
Right.
So
Next question from Unknown System Error. Are mounts, mules, and combat pets under the flagging system, or will they be loot pinatas? Will targeting someone with a combat pet be a forced flag or a free way to attack someone without flagging? No. Anything that you control, whether it be a combat pet,
It's like you.
It's like you. So
Yeah.
it'll participate in the flagging system. If it attacks someone, you will flag, and so
Right.
will it.
it's just a proxy for you, basically.
Yes.
That's-
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Fresh Cuts asks, I was wondering if you could please elaborate on large-scale PvE content. Is there going to be PvE raids and raid bosses? Will it be open world? We have answered this in the past. There's definitely information out there. There's a couple of good wikis for Ashes of Creation that has this specific answer. The answer to both of those questions is yes, and there's more information if you want to look for it out there. D Phantom asks, where is the sandal? I must know. I've searched all the beaches and ports. Please, Sandal Lord, grant me your wisdom.
No, we can't tell you. It's out there, though.
There
I
is a
promise.
sandal
I
out
promise.
there. We
Believe.
will also have prizes and achievements for finding the sandal.
Yeah.
So that will be there. Okay, Metalhead. How will you make melee combat different compared to the current flailing of the weapons? How will melee animations change? So animations are obviously a work in progress, right? We've definitely gotten some good feedback about that. For example, the follow through on some of the root animations and attacks feel a little floaty.
A little sticky too.
A little sticky, yeah. So we're adjusting that as it is. Over the past month, we've also seen feedback on the hit scan related to melee weapons, and we've adjusted that into a cone, and we're going to change a little bit of stuff. That's the whole purpose of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Is
So yes, the answer is yes. We are going to continue to iterate on that kind of thing. Again, like we've been in development for a very short time. And so, we're still doing the asset creation side of things. An MMO is a huge beast in terms of that. And so it takes a while to kind of get up to speed and get everything in place how it should be. So again, a lot of stuff is proxies for other things, or refinement's always going to be coming.
Niggly Nathan asks, can we name ships? If so, will the name of the ship appear on the side? Same questions for Freehold, Taverns, and Shop. So anything that, the ship is targetable, which means that you'll be able to select a ship, similar to how Arcade was in selecting a ship. And when you do that, you'll see the custom name of the ship above the target. So yes, you could name your ship. One of the funny things is, I think with my guild, that was mandatory in Arcade, that we named our ships after Federation ships in Star Trek. So we had the USS Intrepid, we had the USS Enterprise, and it was really easy for me during raids so that I could be like, the captain of the Voyager.
Because you remember them.
Oh, I did remember them, exactly. I loved it. But yes, you'll be able to name ships. You'll be able to name mounts, mules, you'll be able to name, buildings will be targetable, so it could be Stevens Manor, something along those lines. So, okay. Question from Wester. I see the tank and cleric equals paladin, but summoner and cleric equals a necromancer. Will players who opt into cleric secondary have choices between light and dark augments, or does your primary class determine your overall theme? So the secondary class of a cleric does have choices between light and dark augments, and that's what influences your primary class's abilities as well. The flavor of that. Will there be a logo editor before launch, like a character editor, since guild logos will be made in game? Before launch?
Better be.
Yeah, I imagine we'll have to have that ready for probably, I would say, Alpha 2, since that's when we have some of the guild systems coming online. Okay, let's Kevlar Kent. Hello, AOC staff. Love what you are doing so far. However, one thing that was mentioned earlier in the stream got me a bit concerned. As I understood it, you are thinking about planning on making combat pets available for artisan class. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's a good idea. Let me tell you why.
That's a very big question.
That's a very big question. Combat pets available for artisan class. So the artisan class doesn't relate to your adventuring class, and combat pets are more of an agnostic to class acquisition, kind of an item that a pet that you raise up and has combat ability. So some classes do have skills that summon pets, though. For example, the summoner,
are a different class.
Which are a different class than artisan, let's say, right? So maybe there's a little bit of misunderstanding there.
It's a long question, probably deserves a much better answer.
Yes, it's a long question. Maybe we'll jump on there. Jeff sounded like he volunteered. Okay. Okay, let's see. We have a question from Autumn. No, we have a question from Beyond89. Is parkour and movement still a thing in Ashes, as in the trailer that we're seeing in Ninja Ranger doing some parkour in game and climbing castle? I know we've answered this before.
Yeah, so parkour is a difficult thing to do for an MMO. It's not difficult. It's just a lot of work. It's a very time-consuming process. So I love parkour in games. I love movement in games. I love the feeling that my character is an acrobat. So we will approach that in a as much as we can do kind of approach. It'll probably be one of the later systems that we do. It'll probably be based around, kind of low-hanging fruit in terms of making movement feel cool. Obviously, I would love to have a full parkour system in place, but the scope of the game is already really large, and there's probably a limited amount to do by the time we get to launch.
Democles asks, bards, question mark? Anything would be enough.
They're amazing.
True.
There are bards.
There are bards. Oh, by the way, we did have a question the other day with regards to when we're going to be stepping up some of the blog posts and whatnot. With the launch of our new website, as well as our new account services, we will be also implementing some new blogs. That includes, and I know I've said this in the past, I know that many people are asking this, Nodes 3 will be soon.
Oh, we already did Nodes 3, aren't we on Nodes 4?
Oh, did we do Nodes 3?
Yeah.
I think you're right. We're on Nodes 4, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do 5.
We'll just go with 5.
Okay, 5 then.
I thought there were only 4 parts. Okay. So Nodes 3 is done, and it's already out there. Good luck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, soon trademark. Okay, let's go over to some Discord questions because I know we're a little pressed for time.
Yeah, we're also
Because
going
we
to
have one other point.
We have 2 other points, don't we?
Oh, did we? I don't
I
know.
know we only wrote one down, but I thought.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, sounds good. Where is this channel in Discord? The channel in Discord. Where are you? Livestream questions. Found it. Got him. All right. Nice. Question from. Let me scroll up to the top. All right. Question from, okay, we don't need to say that name. And because of that name, you've lost your question.
If we can't say it on stream.
Can't say it on stream, you don't get the question. E-Tom asks, are you concerned that the free-to-play Apocalypse game will take away players from the world PvP of the real MMO? No, Tom, I do not believe so. So, I mean, Apocalypse is an action-based combat arena that has
It's all combat all the time.
all combat all the time. MMO players, not all MMO players are arena players, and not all arena players are MMO players. So there will be a portion of the community that comes to the Ashes of Creation universe, comes to the Ashes of Creation IP, because they might not have been MMO players elsewise, but yet they can still help our MMORPG, which is the flagship, by testing and playing Apocalypse. The data that they give us, the support that they give us through Apocalypse, all of those things go to fuel the MMORPG. My live, eat, breathe, watch, drink is MMORPG. And most people here at the studio is that same way.
Yeah.
So Apocalypse will always funnel and fuel what we can accomplish and do in the MMORPG. Okay, question from Keaton. Could you run through just briefly on what some of the different for the specific nodes, religious, militaristic? So I know we have, as nodes advance in stages, boy, it's been a while since we talked about nodes.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know. As nodes advance in stages, they unlock different specific node type buildings. So for example, at the stage 3 is when you really start to see the node type expand with a building type. So militaristic will have a barracks. The barracks will be able to train and have quest lines that relate to combat, defeating monsters nearby, guild warfare potentially, participation in castle sieges, a lot of things that you can do through the barracks that is housed within a militaristic node. Same is true for a temple or a university at a scientific node, or a marketplace that's present at the economic node. But those particulars will be a part of the new blogs that we're going to be releasing that kind of go into depth. I know we've told you that in the past, but they will be going into depth on some of those ideas. And again, the other important aspect is even though we have these Q&A sessions, even though we talk a lot about Ashes of Creation, we don't want to reveal everything. Part of what was so unique to our experience as MMO players was trying to go for that nostalgia of discovery. Exactly. Not everything we should know before we start the game. We should have to discover those things. And that lends to, I think, recreating that nostalgic kind of experience we've had. Okay, question from Spooky Needle. How in-depth will sailing be? Will you need a crew to manage certain sails? There will be... Spooky Needle.
Oh.
How in-depth will sailing be? Sailing will be pretty in-depth, and it's going to be based on the size of the ship that you're using.
Right.
So there will be components for seamanship that other players you'll need to have on board if you want to operate a vessel to the best of its abilities, let's say in combat or traversing just the world. When the main game launches, how will they be accessed? I don't know what that means. Will you teleport there instantly? Where's there and they? Okay, I don't know what that means. Only style. Okay, question from Inquisitor. Hey guys, much love. Question: will there be viability in only using a single one-handed weapon without sacrificing the optimization of dual wielding two-handers or a shield?
interesting question.
I think the answer to that is going to be based on, okay, so the benefit of dual wielding is that it may have certain skills and or passives that are available as a point allocation when you're determining class specification, right? One of the benefits might be, should you choose to allocate those points in a different way, you would give up the use or efficiency of that second weapon or shield or sigil or whatever you might have there. So one of the benefits could be that you can allocate more points to something else. Will that be the prime? I mean, it depends on what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really specifically talked about like one-handing a weapon. We've always kind of gone with the assumption that even if it's not a shield, you'd have something in your offhand.
Right.
So we haven't really approached it in that way. I don't know exactly where we would go on that.
Right. I think, yeah. Well, that's something we have to.
We use that second slot to sort of balance out two-handers. Again, it's one of those things that I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, like even if it isn't a shield, you know, there's magical sigils that we're going to have. There's artifacts that you can hold in the second hand. So it doesn't always have to be sort of.
It's not always a weapon, but there's always something.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
we have Halloween stuff. Oh, yes.
Yes, that was the
we
thing
have
I was thinking.
Oh, that was the thing you were thinking about. Okay, let me just grab one more question before we move to that, and then we have to show the Halloween video too.
So we have to show that.
So one more question. Let me try to find one good question. Here we go. I'm trying to find a good one. Okay, question. Oh, this dude still asked the same question, but he didn't change his name. But you know, we'll answer it anyways. So this is the last question. Is the before 2020 release still likely? The answer is yes, it is still likely. And to expand on that, though, I do want to say, you know, I have noticed, obviously, conversation is, how do they intend to release by 2020 if they have, you know, alpha scheduled for second or third quarter or whatever? The betas that we intend to have are not months-long betas.
We want to keep it short.
Pretty short.
The game should be pretty much done at that point.
At beta stage.
And final polishes and stuff like that being put in.
Yes.
It is, again, we don't want people to get totally burnt out on the game before we actually release.
Right, exactly.
So once we get to those beta phases, they should be short and sweet, and that's the plan.
Right, and then the other important fact is, you know, people say, take your time. We will not release Ashes of Creation unless it hits our quality standards of where we feel it needs to be. So, do I say that we'll hit before 2020? Yes, I believe we will. If it's going to take a bit more time, not from a feature creep standpoint, but from a quality assurance and bugs and or completing stability, we understand that, and predicting the launch date of an MMO has always been difficult. I can't point to one in the history of playing MMOs that has hit necessarily the date they started at in development. It's a big task. It's the biggest game you can make. So I commit to you guys that our project, Ashes of Creation, will be in an acceptable and performant-ready, proud of state for you. And if that involves additional time, we will come to you first and let you know that we believe it will take additional time, and not on the day before the release.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, yes, we feel like we are on schedule right now. We are ahead of schedule. If we continue to go this direction, and if we have the same sorts of problems, then we should, yes, be able to do that before 2020.
Absolutely.
But, you know, game design is always a chaotic thing, and it's possible that, you know, 3 months before we expect to launch, something explodes, and we have to figure out how to fix it. So at that point, you know, we'll have to take it at that time.
Yes.
But right now, everything looks good.
So what do we have? We have some winners from the Halloween. And by the way, after the winners, we do have one other major announcement that you'll all like to hear, I think, as well. So let's go through winners. What do we got? Spooky costume, third place.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Diva Pup. That is a very spooky costume.
The nails really kind of do it for me. It's
pretty good. The handprint
really
is pretty
disturbing.
decent.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. What's the next one? Sweet
that's a
costume,
pretty good
second
one.
place.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty
These
legit
are
makeup.
super
That is
spooky.
legit makeup.
These are scary.
Wow.
We should make that a monster in the game.
Good job.
All right.
Oh man, that's
He goes in
sickle.
first.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
That is
I don't
pretty
even know
cool.
how you did that head.
That's
That's
tough.
pretty awesome. Love it.
Volatin? That's good.
That's good.
Nice.
All right. What do we got here? Pet
Oh,
costume.
pet costume.
Oh,
That's pretty awesome.
Half-sea
Okay.
mat. That's a cool pet.
A lizard? A
It's
lizard
it's
wizard.
like an iguana. Lizard wizard.
Wizard.
Love it.
Got him.
Lizard wizard.
Nice.
What do we got? Oh, look at the cats.
Oh,
They
that's
have the
pretty
same
awesome.
costumes.
Whoa. They're also wizards.
They're also wizards. That's cool.
Those are good.
Oh man.
Yes, the
This dude
battle
is
snail.
Battle
I
snail.
loved the battle
This
snail.
dude is powerful.
Is that an actual pet that you have, or did you just find that lapis
Just for this.
just for this? You just go outside and pick up a snail, or do you actually have snail pets?
Oh man.
That's cool.
All right.
Clever costume, third place. Riley Rain with a Stufferton's
Stuffertons.
wizard riding a human.
It's pretty good.
Love it. Ashes of Creation, pay to win.
Nice.
Oh no!
Oh, that's pretty
she
good.
stabs. Oh, high
Killing
fire!
pay to
That's
win.
awesome.
I like that.
That
That's
is
awesome.
so cool. Clever costume, first
Oh,
place.
man.
Bane Games.
That's good too.
Oh,
The
this is
windmill
the
of
windmill
doom.
boss. Nice, Bane Games.
I think Bang Games won one last year too. if I remember,
Yes.
Right?
And the overall winner, Grand Supreme,
That's pretty good.
Rav Nodos. Man,
if you guys
how
get a
did you
chance,
do that?
Yeah.
Go to the forums and check out this
That's
thread
pretty good.
because it's good.
That is amazing that you were able to pull that off in like 4 days. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That is very cool. Nice job,
GM
Rav
Steven
Nodos.
is a good
GM
touch
Steven.
as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't see GM
Yeah,
Steven. Nice
good
touch. Very cool. Fan art, first place.
Nice.
Main U.
I love the Stuffertons.
The Stuffertons
That's
is a great
amazing.
addition. This is really nice. Very
That's
pretty.
amazing. Yeah, really good job.
Fan
Oh,
art,
wow.
second place, Sunaku.
Oh, and the bow is like a
Sunako.
phoenix. That's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool.
That's
oh,
really
I didn't even
good.
notice that. Yeah,
Wow.
that's great. Short story winners. First place, username Riley. Another one?
I don't know.
I thought I saw Riley Rain on a different one.
Possible.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
she won twice.
She won
That won twice.
Wow,
Oh my
good for you.
gosh. Second place, username Emuria. Entry the 9.
Nice.
Guys, go
Oh,
to
yeah,
short
no.
stories.
Both of those
and
stories
share.
are really good.
Some of them are really awesome.
Riley's is especially chilling.
Absolutely.
Now it's green.
Now it's green. Didn't we have one more?
Did we?
May load.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, that's not gonna. The
No.
PowerPoint stream isn't gonna stream the video.
Oh,
Oh,
the
gotcha.
memes. We have memes.
Yeah, how are we going to do this?
Well, we have
Let's
memes.
figure this out. Oh,
Let's
shout out to
cut
that.
the.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
The scariest. screen.
Ah, great. That's already there. It's out in the world.
No, I don't think it was there.
Yeah, it's there.
Was it?
What
It's
was
probably
there?
I don't know. Let's see the memes.
Well, we can stream these from the.
We can just pull it. Oh, you can stream it from there? Okay. We're going to pull up the memes. We have 2 winners for the memes, right?
This is second place.
Okay. Does it have? It has music too,
Oh,
I
the
think.
YouTube. Yeah.
They got. Oh yeah, cool. You can play it there. And I think it has some music.
Oh, this one's good.
I like this one, yeah.
Why is my head so small? Somewhere in the underrealm. Server control, on or off? To be fair, this is exactly how it works.
It's exactly how it
I
works.
just- I look at it and I'm just like, eh. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Why is this happening?
This is great.
Why is Oh.
I think they say that they can't see it. Some people can't see
No,
it.
I think there's no audio.
They're all saying same notes. It's great.
There is supposed to be audio.
Okay. They want us to dub. I can't dub. That's okay. We don't. Let's show the. Let's show the next one. You guys got to watch these though.
And then the next one's going to Slack.
We'll show the next one. You can still
I
they
think
can
we're
still
gonna
hear
have the
us.
same bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think the next one has audio, does it? I don't think this one has audio.
Oh, I don't.
So that was the second place winner.
Second place
That was the second place winner.
That was Mayhem.
Mayhem. Congratulations. And the first place winner is this one.
Ambiguous.
This is a gift, so there's no. It's from
Awesome.
Cambiguous. And this is first place. This is not good. Who's that supposed to be?
That's you.
Oh, that's me. I'm
Yeah.
the Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Why is Peter trying to kill me?
He's not trying to kill you. He's trying to save your life.
Oh. I saved Peter's
That's
life.
right. I owe you a life debt.
Oh, nice. Why'd you try to kill me then? Oh my gosh.
We're testing all theories of how
This
to,
is like
how to make
workplace
this
violence. Wow. That is amazing. I guess it's a pumpkin man until it's off. Happy Halloween. Very cool. Congratulations, guys.
Good job, everybody.
That was really cool to see
There's some really good
participation.
entries.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Those
That was
short, the
such a
short
pick.
stories and the art were amazing. The memes, as usual, are hilarious, and your guys' creativity and just craftability is amazing in the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have one final countdown. No, one final point before we go to the Halloween video, and we'll sign off with the Halloween video. This Saturday,
Oh, yes. Very important.
yes, November the 3rd, this Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Intrepid Studios will once again be participating in Extra Life,
Oh, yeah.
which is a charity event that is held for the Miracle Children's Hospital. Don't we have like a little award?
We do. We do have an
You want
award.
to grab the little award?
I don't know where
I
it
think
is.
it's right. I think it's right over there. Actually,
Live production.
funny thing about it. Last year we raised over $16,000 in 24 hours with your help from the community, which was amazing. And this is a little Extra Life sent us, this Intrepid Studios and its community representing good work and charity for the benefit of children who need our help. And what we're going to do this Saturday is we have two main streams.
Two events, yeah.
Two events that are running. One here at the studios, and then one at my home. And we'll have Josh and some other Intrepid.
The guest list runs long.
It runs long. We'll be participating in some video games, playing different video games and whatnot. And then I will be running a 24-hour Pathfinder campaign, which is very similar to Dungeons & Dragons, for those of you who don't know what Pathfinder is. It's a tabletop RPG set in the world of Vera. And you can go to our Twitch stream here, and you can see that, and you can. We'll have a link for the Intrepid Studios from the studio stream on the video games. Like I said, the list is very long. There's going to be Josh. There's going to be a lot of artists that are going to be showing up to the video game stream. In the Pathfinder group, we're going to have Jeffrey Bard. We're going to have Peter Pallone. We're going to have Alex Kudoli. We're going to have
Kevin McPherson.
Kevin McPherson. And we're going to have Clifford Robbins.
Guest.
A guest. Okay, so fair disclaimer that the views and expressions expressed during this 24-hour stream, especially
Towards the end.
towards the end of the stream, like past the 12-hour point, are not views expressed on behalf of Intrepid Studios.
Even if we express them.
Even if we express them. So
It's like being bacon confirmed.
it's exactly right. However, the Pathfinder campaign will be set in the world of Vera before the fall, events leading up to the fall. So there will be some lore there. These guys are going to be able to traverse and navigate through this world. It'll be a dangerous
We'll
adventure.
hopefully not die. We've been told to make 6 characters.
Josh will definitely die a lot in
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls,
Yeah, Bloodborne.
as is expected, which is
Jim.
fine. Big Jim.
But they're going to be doing Mario Party, I think
Yeah.
some Smash Brothers,
Right.
a lot of fun games. So that
Yes.
should be a really exciting.
And this is
stream.
all for Extra Life, which is Children's Miracle Hospital Network. It's to our local children's hospital called Rady's. It's what we did last year. And we're hoping that you guys stop by, enjoy some of the fun antics that are there. Donate if you feel led to do so. And the other thing will be that you can there will be some donation rewards as well during this event.
Yeah.
For example, in Josh's stream, I believe there are some antics that you can donate for. I think there might be a razor to shave a head or not.
May or may not.
May or may not happen.
I don't know, gotta
We
tune
don't
in.
know.
Gotta tune in.
Got to tune in. You can donate to either give benefits to the players in the campaign, the Pathfinder campaign,
Right.
or you can donate to kill them.
Well, mostly benefit.
Well,
please.
mostly maybe
benefit,
kill.
please.
I'm the DM. I love the killing. So we'll see what you guys want to do. But either way, tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is starting this Saturday, November 3rd, at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and will run for 24 hours straight.
We're not going to stop.
We're not going to
A
stop.
lot of caffeine.
Never stop stopping.
Not stopping. And then the last thing is we want to leave you guys with is the Halloween video. Just to give you a look at this morning, we took this video real quick. Give you a look at some of the costumes at Intrepid. And we'll leave it there. Guys, we appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate for your support and continued dedication to Ashes of Creation and this project. It means the world to everybody at Intrepid. We wish you all a happy Halloween and can't wait to see you guys on Saturday.
Yep.
Bye, you guys.
See you guys
Take
Saturday.
everybody. Take care. And take two. Here we are, Intrepid Studios, 2018 Halloween. We've got some developers coming to work with some pretty awesome costumes. Let's start over here in the bacon corner.
Hello!
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing?
Who are you, Bacon?
I'm king of the underworld. Underworld.
The
All
underworld.
of it. I'm king.
That is an awesome costume.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, look at your bony hands.
My bony hand.
That is pretty crazy.
Full of bone.
Did you make that costume?
Actually, my wife made it.
Oh, nice. Well done. That's pretty awesome. What are you working on?
Modeling furniture. That's what I'm working on.
Oh, I love that costume. That is an awesome costume, Bacon.
Rock. You rock. You guys rock.
We got John over here. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
How you doing? Who are you today?
I came as a newspaper boy.
As a newspaper boy. Oh, nice. I like that. Is that from the game newspaper or Paperboy?
No.
No? Okay. What are you working on?
Also some furniture, but pots right now.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Looks good. We've got Javier. All right, who are you?
I'm a sim.
You're Sim. You're Sim.
I'm at my job right now.
That's pretty awesome. I like that. It's a good, what are you working on?
Just crossbow variation.
Nice. Those
Bunch
are
of-
cool.
Lots of weapons.
Very nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Tad, what costume do you have? What costume is this?
Nothing too exciting.
What are you working on?
Today I'm making the human alchemy table.
Nice.
Yes,
Very
here's
cool.
Here's the cool concept that Ryan did.
Your concept, very nice. Like it. Looks good.
Thanks.
We've got Alex McPee over here. What's going on, buddy? Who are you today?
I'm a cultist.
You're a cultist. Nice. What are you working on?
Just some animation practice.
Doing some animations?
Yep.
Ah, very cool. Looking good. Nice. We've got, I can feel the heat as I'm moving in this direction. I think we have a bottle of
Spicy sriracha?
a bottle of sriracha.
Never fails.
Never fails. Oh man, that's a great costume.
Thank you.
Working on the video?
Yep.
Very nice.
You guys will all see it soon.
Ooh, very soon. All right.
Let me out!
We've got over here. What is this?
Daredevil.
Is it Daredevil?
Have you not seen Daredevil?
I haven't seen Daredevil. Oh no.
So good.
No,
Hopefully someone knows.
that's a movie, right?
The TV show.
A TV show. Zorro? No, it's Daredevil.
Come on, guys.
That looks pretty awesome. What are you working on?
I'm working on our monthly cosmetics.
Whoops. Oh, there we go.
Got some good stuff. Don't want to reveal too much.
Oh,
You guys will
yeah,
see
we
it.
can't reveal too much. We have got over here Mr. Jeff Delier. Hello, hello.
Come on over.
Oh, thank you, sir. What are you working on?
Working on some weapon variations.
Nice.
Yeah.
That looks good,
yeah,
mate.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun it is, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Bert from Mary Poppins.
Oh, very good. Chim
Yeah.
Chimney.
Chim chimney, chim chimney do.
Zen,
Hi,
what are you?
I'm the senior producer, or one of the two senior producers.
But what's your costume?
Oh, I don't know. I think we need to vote on this. I think it's a koala.
It's a koala.
Koala, yeah.
I like it. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
What are you working on? Schedule.
Schedule, budget, legal, all the fun stuff.
Oh, the
I
fun
do the
stuff.
funnest.
You get all the fun things.
Yeah, but actually I'm goofing off.
Oh. Unbelievable. Don't show me that. Uh-oh. What are you?
What could I possibly be?
Are you
No idea.
a rooster or chicken?
I'm a chicken.
You're a chicken. Are you the chicken that Peter Griffin fights with?
I could be.
I think he was the other.
protection.
I like the costume. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What
My
do you
whole
have?
family is chickens.
Oh, that's
the
cool.
thing.
What are you working on?
I'm going through the memes right now for the Acts of Creation
Oh.
Halloween contest.
Who's gonna win?
I'm not sure yet.
You don't know who's gonna win?
I gotta figure it out.
All right. I think Cambiguous has a good chance of memes.
He does.
Grat,
Hello,
you are a banana?
I'm a banana head.
I love the banana head. That is awesome. What are you working on?
Oh, I'm just making UI for the in-game.
Nice. Making UI. By the way, Grat has an awesome table filled with many goodies, including we got the Vault Boy over there. We've got a tricorder somewhere around here.
Right here.
Uh-oh, we got a tricorder. There you go. You're a banana head with a tricorder.
Thank you.
Jason Crawford. SEAL Team Sexy.
I'm as Dr. David Lauren from Think Tank, which is a comic.
Ah, very cool. I like
Apparently, I'm a sociopath.
it. Nice. Perfect. What are you working on?
I'm currently working on the mini map, trying to make it a little bit better around the edges.
Nice.
So
Very
that
cool.
it understands roundness of our mini
Should
map.
we block out some of this code in the video?
No,
We're good?
I'm removing it and replacing it.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Should we? We need to be careful. Who is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everyone steer clear. I need a Jeep or a bottle of water. Is that a long neck?
It's supposed to be.
It's-
Lip neck.
Wait, let's see the back. Oh my gosh. You're not supposed to twerk. Oh my god. Can we see a little fight? Whoa! This is dinosaur karate. Oh my gosh. We take Halloween very seriously at Intrepid Studios. That is pretty awesome. That is Alex and Samantha. We will let them kill each other. Midori!
Hello.
Hello! Who are you?
I'm a Slytherin.
You're Slytherin. Oh, where's your wand? Do you have a wand?
I forgot it, so I have this kitty.
A kitty wand. No, that makes sense. That fits Slytherin house. Right, little kitty wand.
Black cat.
I love it. That looks awesome.
Thank you.
Looks very good. Very Slytherin. What are you working on?
I'm going through the Halloween contests.
Oh, nice.
There
All
are
the
a
Halloween
ton of
contests.
memes.
I know. There's a ton of memes. We have a very meme-tastic community.
It's a lot to do.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
Yeah.
Holy cow. This is a scary costume. Who are you?
I'm a plague doctor.
You're a plague doctor. Now, weren't plague doctors like back in the Middle Ages during the Black Plague? They went around and took the dead people.
I've been a plague doctor for a very long time.
You've been he's been a plague doctor a very long time. That looks awesome. What are you working on, Michael?
Well, I'm waiting on a build right now.
Waiting on a build.
Working on back-end saves, but there's
And
a little bit of
checking
artwork
out some
in
art.
the,
Yeah, that guy did a really amazing costume.
I'm impressed.
These are all unbelievable. Eric? It's a horse head. Very classic costume. Love it. That's the best one. How well do you code in that head?
Not well. I'm going through the memes right now.
Oh, you're going to the memes. Okay.
One frame at a time.
One frame at a time. Very good. We've got a stormtrooper, Mark Storch.
Actually, I'm an Imperial Panda Bear.
You're an Imperial what?
Panda Bear.
Panda bear. Okay.
Obvious.
That makes sense.
The colors make sense and everything.
That makes perfect sense. What are you working on?
Yeah, I am working on all kinds of stuff in our network backbone and also multi-region, adding different regions like Europe and stuff like that. So
There we go.
good stuff.
We've got a stormtrooper on the job. All right, Kevin McPherson, lead programmer. What are you? Are you a monk? Are you a Jedi? Are you
I'm a cultist slash priest slash
You're also a cultist. You and your son are both cultists. Should I be worried?
or slash wizard.
Oh, slash wizard. Very good. Best class in Pathfinder. Will you be a wizard this upcoming Saturday?
No,
No.
that's being taken by every other player.
Ah, by every other player. So it's a group of wizards plus cultist.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you working on?
Working on HLODs.
HLODs. Nice. Very cool. Looks good. Akil Hooper. Uh-oh.
Panda.
Here it is.
A non-imperial panda.
Panda. That looks great. That's pretty awesome. What are you working on?
I am fixing combat bugs.
Fixing combat bugs.
Yep.
All right, very cool. Uh-oh. Josh over here. What have you left on your screen? Oh no! What are you?
I'm a Cerberus snake.
Oh, nice.
3 heads for the price of...
I like the little tongues that are in the hand.
Would you believe that I get more work done typing in these mittens than normal?
I actually, we believe that. We all believe it.
Go back to my janitor duty.
That's a pretty awesome costume.
Thank you.
Very good. I like the spoilers. I like
Very important ones.
all the what are
toys
what
on
are
my
these?
desk.
The toys.
There's nothing scarier than slightly tilted Comic Sans. So it's Halloween.
That's true. It's the best font though. Garrett, who are you?
Shark.
You're a shark.
So those of you that've been on the internet can fill in the rest of that sentence.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. That is awesome. What are you working on?
I am working on QA today.
Nice.
Trying to make sure the build gets out for this weekend.
Sweet. All right. You know who did it.
If it goes badly, it's Akil's fault
It's
because
Akil-
he's working on combat bugs.
I like it. I like it. What's going on, Aaron?
Hey, how's it going?
What's your costume?
I'm dressed as somebody who forgot what day it is.
What are you working on?
High five, man.
Right on. Account services.
Nice.
And,
The new account stuff. Yeah, very cool.
I love it. Aaron's like, it's Wednesday.
Hector, what are you working on?
Hello.
Hey, who are you?
I am Gotham City's favorite philanthropist and entrepreneur, Bruno Diaz. aka
Bruno Diaz?
Batman.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a new alarm clock. I want to
Nice.
show up in time every time. So yeah, making sure that happens. Working on our web tools.
Nice,
and
very
website.
cool. Good.
Yeah.
He's the hero
Oh
that he
my
deserves.
gosh.
Or needs but doesn't deserve.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Oh, hey. What's up? What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good.
You good? I don't know if I should talk to you or to the head. Probably to the head. Oh look, it has there's like a palm tree too, so it's added effect. You should nibble on some of the palm tree. Just eat a little bit of it. Brad Constantine, animator. What's up, buddy?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Hey.
Yes, that's right. I'm America's favorite corporate icon. Plugging away. We're trying
From Fantasia, too.
That's right.
Yeah. Very cool. One of my favorites.
Would you like some cheese?
Oh, I will. Maybe later. What are you working on?
Today we're trying out a fancy new axe that the guys made.
Nice.
So we're swinging that around, see how it feels.
Very cool. Awesome. Looks good. Nathan.
Hello.
Who are you today?
I am a martial artist.
Ah, nice. Hey, there you go. That's pretty good. I believe that, actually.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Now, are you actually a martial artist?
Yes.
Nice. What degree? What are you black belt or?
White.
You're what? White belt? Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
I'm working on some idle animations.
Idle animations. Okay. Yeah, you're in the Master Anim Blueprint.
Yes.
Fun stuff. What are we working on over here? Who do we have? Is that Moody?
I'm Mad Eye Moody.
Mad Eye Moody.
I'm working on texture variants for all of our new weapons.
Nice. Very cool. Oh, that one looks great.
Lots and lots of them.
Yeah. That looks amazing.
Got lots of cool stuff coming up.
Very cool. Looks good. We have another chicken.
I'm Jeff. This is just a Wednesday.
This is
not even a costume day. It's just called Wednesday. I guess it's glad. I'm glad we're filming today. Yeah, stay away. I just had a PC go blue screen.
Oh
on me.
no!
Just stay over there. Of course, when you come by.
Oh no!
But yeah.
You got that? You're just a baby chicken, though.
I am. I'm Jeff's
So,
little minion.
yeah.
That's all. He's just been dispatching.
Jeff's
me
your
all day.
parent.
I know, and I gotta watch out for what is it, Josh down there.
Oh,
He's trying to eat me.
Yeah, look out for Josh. Josh is scary.
Spawned a chick.
Matt, what are you?
I'm employee number 1. I'm Keith.
Oh, nice! Yay! That looks awesome.
That's right.
What are you working on?
Adding the folds and wrinkles
Nice.
to our characters.
Very cool.
Getting the ropes thicker.
Looks very clothy.
Yeah, getting all the cloth deformation in there and wrinkles in the arms and stuff like that. Just thickening everything up.
Yeah.
And getting some folds down there.
That looks pretty cool.
You know, get some nice, thick, wizard-like stuff. This guy Steven wants.
Oh.
And then getting all the wrinkles going in there.
This guy sounds like a slave driver.
Cleaning up. Nah, he's a good guy. But seriously, tell Mom I'm here.
Oh my gosh. Who are you?
I'm dressed up as Matt.
Oh, you dressed up as Matt?
Yeah,
Very nice. Nice. I like
It's a together outfit.
I like the wallpaper. That's one of the best actors alive.
That's what happens when you leave your desktop.
Oh, you got him over there too.
You leave your desktop open. This happens.
Very cool. Very cool. Looks good. Jessica, who are you?
Hello, I am a werewolf.
You're a werewolf. Are you a teenage werewolf?
Sure.
Isn't that a show? I thought it was a show.
Yeah, it is a show.
I don't know. I'm not up with hip culture. What are you working on?
I am working on animations for the female character.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Nice. Working on animations. Very cool. That's good. Who's over here? Wait, there's a shout out. The artist drew a shout out. A quick little. Who is this? Looks like it looks like Crojack as a Canadian Mountie.
Little Death Proxy.
Oh, look at there's Death's Proxy as a weird like smiley face dude. He doesn't look entitled enough though, to be honest with you.
He's wearing an emoji face.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, guys, that is Halloween at Intrepid Studios. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are working away at building the best MMO possible. We'll see you on stream.